Honourable Member for Cypress-Medicine Hat, followed by Stony Plain.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In recent years, the Suffield elk herd has grown exponentially. 15 years ago, 200 elk were introduced to the Canadian Forces Base by the province of Alberta. Now its population is at least 8,000, with a reproduction rate of 35% per year.
They're busy.
To the Environment Minister, what is the government doing to control this growing herd at a time when its impacts are being more and more felt by local ranchers, local residents, and travellers?
Good question. Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And this is a significant problem. It is our objective to ensure that we get that elk population to a number that's sustainable and manageable in that area. There are a number of complicating factors, including having to work with a federal agency, the CFB Suffield. I've tasked my department to come back to me with a plan with some clear targets of what a manageable population is and over what period of time, with some key strategies working with stakeholders in the area to achieve that.
Supplemental.
Mr. Speaker, the main problem is getting this department to act. The hunting license issued this year resulted in less than 500 elk being harvested. Mathematically, this is not the level of control that we need to responsibly protect and manage the Suffield elk herd. Again, to the same minister, does the government have a real plan in place that will monitor the environmental impact of this herd and bring its size back to something that's manageable?
Mr. Speaker, we have put some strategies in place that are attempting to make sure that the problem doesn't get any worse before we come up with a long-term solution. So we have increased the number of licenses that hunters are allowed to, and I believe the CFB Suffield has tried to work with hunters to allow access onto the base for hunting. We do know that we need to come up with a better long-term plan to make sure that we reduce the population to a number that is manageable.
Final supplemental.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The original target was 800. Well, we're way past that. I'm not sure that this government understands the damage an invasive elk herd can cause to a fragile ecosystem, landowners, and highway traffic. Again, to the same minister, what is this government's strategy if disease appears and spreads to neighboring cattle ranches, causing ecosystem contamination, loss of livestock, and loss of tens of millions of dollars of financial impact?
Mr. Speaker, we clearly understand that this is a significant problem and one that we are taking action to deal with. Like I said, we have provided some short-term measures to ensure that the problem doesn't grow while we work with the stakeholders in the area, including property owners, farmers, ranchers, and the federal agency there, to come up with a plan that deals with this problem over the long term. I have taken action. I've asked my department to provide a strategy to us that will include clear timelines and clear targets for numbers and the strategies to achieve them.
Thank you. The Honourable Member for Stony Plain, followed by Cards and Table.